you guys want the panel to be about? Anybody? Come on. Out of all the things we've learned, what do you guys want to focus on?
Okay, how about buzz for 60 seconds? This speech. 60 seconds. 60 seconds. And then come back with something.
You did a great job with your presentation for the cupcakes and everything. Cute as a cupcake?
Yeah. Still going through the motion of it though right now, so all finally coming together.
What's your website?
Cuteasacupcake.biz.
Cuteasacupcake.biz. That's. You want to say hi talk about Cute as a Cupcake Biz?
It's just cupcake merchandise that I'm selling online.
Cool. Cool. And what's your academic background?
I am a senior at Sacred Heart, so I went to St. Raymond's.
What have you learned out of Engineering 145?
To take risks and learn how you're going to invest your money.
Cool. Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Felipe, go.
Okay, so what do you guys want to talk about? Okay, future. Work acceptance. Okay, this first.
Their favorite nuggets.
Yep.
How to deliver an A+ presentation.
Okay, so I guess it's all about the future and how that can deliver. So, in less than 5 sentences, what do you think the future is going to be for your companies, what you're working on, your ideas, and
would you like us to talk about our projects in class, or our
if your future has a project?
Sure, I'll do both. Yeah, my part is twofold. So first, I hope that Lisa's company, Go Enterprise, and now Rika USA, is going to be very successful in the States. So I'm planning to help serve as more of a mentor role for her project and utilize what I've learned in class to help her better enter the American market. And then secondly, for my own well-being, I suppose, I hope to continue my work. I'm right now at LinkedIn, so I'm using some of the entrepreneurial skills that I gained from this class to work on marketing there. And so I hope to keep that networking going and keep networking with all of you guys. Hope to connect on LinkedIn and help that network grow worldwide.
Yes, so this class has been an amazing opportunity for me. It's opened my eyes, and it's been the first class that I've taken here at Stanford that has given me a sort of real-world experience, not just like a professor standing there writing on a whiteboard and you just taking notes. It's like interactive. And so the future for me would be, I'm a rising sophomore, so I've got 3 more years of college left, and I'm planning on getting some technical skills in computer science and management science and engineering. And after that, I plan on working in a couple of startups before trying to do my own thing, using the techniques that I've learned here.
Yeah, I'm going back to Sweden. I'm going to do my master's and also launch Studentity and hopefully get it over here within 2 years. And I met so many great people in the class and all that. I've been going to a lot of events, as some of you know. Met really great people that I'm going to have contact with. And you're all invited to Sweden, so you should let me know if you're coming over. And then,
Come at midsummer.
yeah, midsummer, or we have crawfish festivals. We have a lot of crazy reasons to party in Sweden.
Can you put key dates up for people so that they know the cool times to come?
Absolutely. I'll put it on the Facebook.
In your blog, right?
In my blog as well. Suzy.com.
Blog.
Sorry?
What's the name?
It's Technology Entrepreneurship, summer 2011.
When you hand it to Audrey, just write it on the board, and that way we can have it.
Cool.
Like Parth said, I had a really great experience in this class. I learned a whole ton, and because I was interning at the same time at a startup company, I was able to not only apply everything that I learned in the OEP and OAP, but also in my real life internship, which was really, really cool. As for personal future, is just looking forward to coming to Stanford and
comfortable in my classes and join this.
Okay, so now that you guys have discussed what you guys want to do, quickly, just things that you have to do to be able to start doing them. You know, what are your next to-do steps? You know, because that's all like in the future. But what are you actually going to execute? 3 things, not too much explanation.
Build a website, get a functional, great team, and sales, marketing.
Yeah, I would say network, execute technically or find somebody who can, and lastly, market your idea so that a good idea doesn't go to waste just because nobody knows about it.
Build a network, stay in touch with the people I've met now. Also get several mentors who I can stay in touch with over time. And lastly, gain more technical skills or, like you said, someone else who can help me with that process.
Network, but mainly don't overlook people who might be in other places, older, younger. Definitely technical, and definitely validation.
Cool. And something that wonderful about this class is also the mentorship that we have, and that we're in a way like exposed to mentors that we never had before. So what are the, again, like top 3 or top 2 things that you've learned from your mentors?
Well, experience goes a long way. So I know in our conversations with our mentors, like we had a bunch of ideas that we thought were great for like funding opportunities and risk and things like that. And they were like, I mean, they're really nice to us, but they were like, yeah, you're looking at it from a completely different, like a wrong perspective. I mean, let's be honest, it was pretty wrong. And like they would explain to us like why it was wrong, and in their experiences, like this was the option to go. So that kind of experience, like that we don't have, like you can't really get anywhere else. So that's what I thought one of the most valuable things was mentorship.
We learned from our mentors the importance of dual-way validation, so considering not only our point of view, but also the point of view of the person we're selling to. So this would be the customer. What value does our company or do you yourself bring to that other person? Not only why do you think the idea is going to be effective, what value can you sell to them? So that's with selling yourself, selling your company, all those different areas. And then secondly would be this dual communication with your mentor. Like Larry talked a little bit about today, but communicating back after a project what we learned specifically from them with bullet points, details about how they helped us execute, so that communication continues.
I think keeping in mind that from their perspective, it's also like it's what value you bring to them, but also just what difference do you make? How are you different from all the multitudes of other similar products or services that are out there in the same market?
We learned a lot about sales and marketing from Linda, that's her department. She's pretty good at that. And we also, they emphasized the importance of networking and being in contact with all of these things.
We're at the halfway point of the panel. I'm going to add Colin Albo. I'm going to add Edward and Jeff up to the panel. And remember, actually, you're co-moderating, so why don't you stand next to Felipe if you've got co-moderation stuff. So Edward, Jeff, jump up. And let's push the panel behind the podium. Same order, maybe, so that way people don't get confused.
You know what? You can...
Ashley, jump up next to Felipe. You're co-moderating. You're co-moderating. Come on, you asked.
So, if we can get full house front lights, SMD team, full lights in front.
Okay, so now that you touched on the topic of networking, what are your favorite, again, top 2 kind of thing, hacks or nuggets or guacamole recipes, but something along those lines, with those tips that you found to be most useful or you like to execute?
Sure, I think the one thing that I've learned kind of brought me out of my shell was, you know, when you're at an event and you have the opportunity to talk, just do it. Like, what's the worst that really can can happen. And one thing I had the experience of going to a co-founders meeting, and I was pretty nervous about getting up and talking and telling my story. And as soon as I did it, I had about 25 people that came up and all of a sudden were really interested to know more, and it was a huge opportunity to really meet a lot of great people. So that would be my tip.
I don't really know much of the guacamole recipe things that everything is assigned to them, and I lost track of them. I don't know which one I mean, but like the one where the what do you learn one, that one works really well.
Along Jeff's lines, I think one of my favorites is how to crash a conference, because I think it's very useful. And having helped host conferences and also been attendees at conferences, I think that it can work very effectively if you talk about the value that you can bring, and not be afraid to get out there and talk to some of the top people and stay in contact, exchange business cards while you're there, so that you can use that network later.
Yeah. Also, in terms of networking, what's really good that I've learned is to have respect for people's time. So instead of, as Larry kind of emphasized to us, instead of asking to go to meet for coffee, just ask for a quick 10-minute phone conversation. If you need to send an email, put their phone number in their email to show that they could have called you, but you're sending an email instead. So just that kind of respect will go get you a long way in terms of how people perceive you and respect you. And eventually, your network will grow, and those people will start to maybe talk about you to other people, and you want a good reputation, obviously.
Confidence in the fact that you are an interesting person, no matter what you might think of yourself right now. To everyone else, you're a unique person. You bring a lot of different traits, a lot of different background, experiences, and when you talk to them, you're another interesting person that they're meeting, and they are also networking with. It's not just you are trying to talk to them. And along the lines of that, also just basic research so that you don't feel so awkward talking to people. You kind of know what to say or what their background is.
I think it's really important to always talk about your idea of what you're doing, no matter who you're talking to, if you're in a bar, wherever you are, talk to them, because you never know who that person might be, and that person might know somebody that knows somebody. I got so many opportunities, and also jobs, just talking about what I do, whenever. So you should never think, if you see somebody judge the book by its cover, you should talk about what you want to do and things that might happen. And I also love that your friend, Yusef's friend, that did that thing at university, just showed up. So that's a neat trick.
So we've also seen a lot of pros around, a lot of people who have already started their companies are doing really well. What are the really quickly, one thing, what are the one of those skills that you want to get that you feel like you should master, that kind of thing. And add to that, in one line, what is your dream?
I think the biggest skill is just having an unbelievable confidence in your idea, so just believing in it kind of unconditionally. In terms of my dream, I guess business-wise or just whatever. I mean, I would love to do something that's actually materially going to make a change to the world.
Out of the professionals, definitely one of the skills I've seen that's most important would definitely be teamwork. Because if your company has no teamwork inside of it, no matter how big you are and everything else, it's just gonna crumble. And you can definitely have white peas grow and make a large difference in some desertification, stuff like that, universally.
Along those lines, a skill that I think I've helped develop, but still want to go more into, is managing a team, and so that you can utilize everyone's strengths and differences and crossing cultural chasms to your benefit. And then the next steps, I think my goal would be ultimately to use technology to help people start up their own businesses worldwide and foster entrepreneurship, starting in Latin America.
One line.
All right. Skill is the same as Lauren's. I want to know how to build an amazing team that can function and execute well. And my dream would be to someday open up my own restaurant, a food restaurant.
Where kings can meet.
Yeah, like it's sort of like a restaurant sort of cafe place where.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Good job.
Being aware of other people's situations, putting yourself in their shoes, and thinking about the world through their eyes, it might help you think of ideas, think of how you might help, because they're part of society. Dream-wise, along the same lines, just looking into those places that are often overlooked by the general population or even by big organizations.
I want to learn more about finance, and I want to also dream-wise. I want to build something like Richard Branson, like a big empire.
And lastly, I think on behalf of all the class, we want to thank Larry, Tom, and Yusef for all the help. And Rebecca for all the help that we've given and all the mentors that have helped us. So a round of applause.
Rebecca, front and center. Okay, myself,